why can't everybody just if you don't like something, don't use it. It's that simple. And if you like something, go ahead and use it and be happy. If you like Coca-Cola, great. I like Pepsi, great. That's the beauty of the free market. You can have Coke and I can have Pepsi. You can have Ethereum, I can have Monero. Everybody can do whatever they want. Let the free market provide every solution for everybody.
The TraderCobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TraderCobb Crypto Show. Today's guest, one of the guests, we've got Roger Ver. Thanks for being here, mate.
Thank you so much.
Hey, look, first things first, you just got off the stage with RB, Mr. Nouriel Roubini, or whatever his name is.
The guy who claims nobody's using cryptocurrency.
Well, let's talk about that. So this guy talks like a broken record. I was looking forward to the debate with yourself, mate. I was also really looking forward to the panel that was earlier. Did you see that?
I didn't get to catch that when I had another meeting, but I'm going to watch it on YouTube later.
Dude, it went off. It was like firecrackers firing off. I mean, you got Craig Wright, Tone Vase, who else we have? Tommy, we had everyone. Brock was sitting there being Mr. Happy and Smiley, and then it was an absolute shit fight. One of the best panels I've ever seen.
Can't wait to watch the YouTube video.
Yeah, so mate, look, a lot of trouble going on for you. We were speaking before with the Nouriel Roubini into a clash of titans, I suppose. He says no one's using cryptocurrency. How is Bitcoin Cash going in terms of the user pickup rate?
Yeah, I guess first and foremost, I'm a fan of any cryptocurrency that works. If it's useful to people, they're going to use it. The reason I'm such a big fan of Bitcoin Cash is because I think it's the most useful. And so there's more physical accepting Bitcoin Cash merchants in the world than any other cryptocurrency, period. And it's the second most used cryptocurrency for payments overall, period. So only Bitcoin is more. So Bitcoin Cash, more payments each day in dollar volume than Ethereum or Dash or any of these other coins out there. So that's really fun to see. But I'm a fan of all of them. I'm a fan of anything that works, and that I want to make that clear as well.
Well, you really came across that you got a good heart. You were getting attacked. A lot of emotion coming your way. You remain cool, calm, and collected, and I think that's a real show of character. You believe in what you're doing, and what you're doing is right in your eyes, and I can't disagree with it. What do you say? I mean, the whole ABC and BSV thing. I mean, one of the things that frustrates me in this space, as someone who's come from traditional markets and moved into crypto for the volatility, for the most part, and obviously learning about the technology has really opened my eyes a great deal. Why are people so nasty? Well, why is this space full of nasty people? Is it ego? Is it immaturity? Is it both? Why is there a propensity to attack?
I think it's kind of like politics, but with money directly on the line. So people get even more heated and more passionate when there's money on the line. So, but I agree. I wish it wasn't so nasty and wasn't so heated. And why can't everybody just if you don't like something, don't use it. It's that simple. And if you like something, go ahead and use it and be happy. If you like Coca-Cola, great. I like Pepsi, great. That's the beauty of the free market. You can have Coke and I can have Pepsi. You can have Ethereum, I can have Monero. Everybody can do whatever they want. Let the free market provide every solution for everybody that wants it. It's fine.
I couldn't agree more with that. Give us more choice. I'm a big fan of what you're saying on stage again now. Look, you've been around in this space for a very, very long time. Most people in the last 2 or 3 years, maybe. That's just sort of the 90% from then. What's been the biggest shift in terms of people involved in the crypto space and the products that are being designed from the early stages of what Bitcoin effectively was trying to become? What's been the biggest shift that you've seen and noticed?
And the biggest shift was that originally Bitcoin, the entire goal was to be money for the world. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of people that are new to crypto, they might not even be aware of it, but there's this just giant, massive censorship campaign that took place within the Bitcoin community to basically suppress anybody's opinion and to ban anybody and delete their comments that was supporting Bitcoin as being used as money for the world. And so that took place maybe 2015, I think it got started, 2016, I forget the exact date now. And it really just shifted the entire narrative. And now people say, oh, Bitcoin's not supposed to be used for payments, it's just supposed to be a store of value. Yeah. That's absolute nonsense for anybody that's been involved in the space before the censorship started. And so that's been the biggest shift, and the biggest, I guess, disappointment for me is that, for me, cryptocurrencies in general, they're supposed to be about free speech and free expression and free trade. And suddenly the biggest cryptocurrencies community, Bitcoin, BTC, is engaged in this massive censorship campaign, and that just breaks my heart to see that happening. And that's why I love Bitcoin Cash so much at this point. The community still is staying true to the principles of free speech and free expression and free trade and empowering the individual to have control over their own money. And That's why I love Bitcoin Cash the most, but I love any cryptocurrency that works.
So okay, look, Bitcoin Cash is the first, obviously, your love currently. I mean, obviously there was a fork, and it is where it is right now. I mean, what are the biggest competitors to Bitcoin Cash? Now, I look at my business and say there are no competitors. I just focus on what we're doing and being as good as we can do, and anyone else who does it great, it's kind of like you put the blinkers on, you did the best you can do, because there's no point in looking around. You got to do what you got to do. Is there anyone coming up, or is there any major threats to Bcash that you're concerned about? Is it the Lightning Network for Bitcoin? Like, I mean, there's a lot of talk about that, of course, in the space.
So I think, and I have no problem with the Lightning Network. Like, I wish it good luck and wish it success, but I think it's probably one of the most overhyped vaporware products ever, in the history of humankind. I have a hard time thinking of something that was more overhyped that doesn't exist. Maybe Cold Fusion or something like that. They've been hyping that for decades, but it's still not here. Lightning Network, they've been hyping for half a decade, and it's still not even remotely close to being usable. And if and when they do figure it all out and get something that's usable, it'll work better, faster, cheaper, and more reliably on top of Bitcoin Cash than it will on top of Bitcoin. So what's the point with all this?
Okay, so where does Bitcoin go then? I mean, if Bitcoin Cash is going to be the most used, which it sounds like it's very close to being, the most transactable, which is a real case scenario, and it's not, we talk about digital gold Bitcoin argument. Look, there is a certain degree of argument to that because at the moment, perhaps people do just hold it as an asset class, and that's fine. I'm a trader, I'm an investor, I'm someone who, I don't know what's going to win. I have no idea what company is going to turn out to be the Amazon, what company is going to be the eBay. I have no idea at all. I trade markets with volatility, and I trade Bcash because it has the volatility. What happens if Bitcoin Cash, when the Lightning Network comes in and whatever comes in, and it speeds up the network on Bitcoin Cash can still outpace it. So what does Bitcoin become?
I think you're making a very strong investment case for people to hold a large position in Bitcoin Cash rather than Bitcoin, and I think that's the smart thing. It provides a better user experience, and at the end of the day, user experience is what drives user adoption. And Bitcoin, I feel like it's just riding on its own coattails and brand recognition of the name Bitcoin, but it doesn't have the user experience that made it popular to begin with, whereas Bitcoin Cash does. And but like any smart investor, hold a wide variety and have a diverse portfolio.
Of course. So we're basically looking at Uber, first mover in the space, gets a mass market. That's Bitcoin. Yeah. Now Ola is coming up behind. More going on, cheaper to use. The drivers get paid more. It makes more sense for the driver.
What's the name of this one?
Ola, O-L-A.
Is this in Australia? I haven't heard of this one yet.
Right? You're going to hear it. It's on its way.
All right.
Speak to this guy about it. He'll give you a code. He loves it. I mean, this guy's all over it. It saves you like $4 a trip. Okay.
Can't wait. Can I pay in Bitcoin Cash yet, though?
I don't know.
We'll contact Ola and make that happen.
We'll make that happen. You're welcome. But it's like that, first mover in the space does generally grab it, but then it slowly starts to open up. And is that the sort of thing we're seeing with Bitcoin Cash, stepping in? And I know you're not against Bitcoin at all. You're an open-minded person.
I still hold a bunch of Bitcoin.
Well, that's right? It's part of your portfolio. Is that what you're sort of seeing and hoping for with Bitcoin Cash? Not just hoping, but that's the way the wave's going, right?
And working towards as well.
Yeah.
And as an investor, a smart investor wants to invest before everybody else does.
Yeah.
And so you have to look at the trends. Where is the market heading? And then you put your money there. So right now, everybody, looks at whatever the hot stock is. So you want to invest in the hot stock before everybody thinks it's the hot stock.
Yeah.
And if you look at Bitcoin Cash, all this adoption, all this passion from the early adopters that made Bitcoin popular to begin with, the vast majority of them are busy focusing on Bitcoin Cash at this point. It's another example of an incredibly powerful tool. You know what an anonymous bearer share is.
Yep.
You know what a dividend is.
Yep.
We now have anonymous bearer shares that are able to receive dividends as tokens on top of the Bitcoin Cash chain. That's incredibly powerful, incredibly useful. That's a really, really big deal, and most people don't know about it yet.
Why not?
Because I need help from people like you to get the word out about it, but that's another example of here's your chance to invest in something before people realize how amazing it is. So anonymous bearer shares, they can receive dividend payments on-chain, worldwide for everyone, for a fraction of a penny for the transaction fees. That's a powerful use case.
See, that's
Bitcoin
exciting.
Cash has it, Bitcoin doesn't.
That's very, very, very exciting. I'm just getting my head around that as you've just said that. So what else is going on then? I mean that's huge.
So
is there anything else we need to know?
So like I said, we already have more physical shops accepting Bitcoin Cash than any other cryptocurrency in the entire world. And we're about to roll out to tens of thousands of more physical shops around the world. And we're actually focusing on the medical marijuana industry because they have a really hard time with banking. Yeah. Bitcoin Cash doesn't discriminate. Anybody, Bitcoin Cash is for everyone worldwide, including marijuana merchants. And so we're excited to have them on board. We've already announced a giant partnership with HTC, the mobile phone vendor. They're pre-installing our Bitcoin.com wallet into every single phone they sell. and we have more announcements like that coming from other major manufacturers as well. So
we just got a
stay
scope
tuned.
there. Thank you, Mr. Ver. Hey, listen, let's go aside from Bitcoin Cash for just a second. I mean, I know it takes up a lot of your time. I know these events take up a lot of your time. I know you're traveling all the time, doing media all the time. I get you're a busy dude. What else are you doing? Like, is it all in Bitcoin Cash? Is there anything else you're working on? Anything you're proud of? Any books? What else just makes you tick?
I love books. Of course, I love reading. Reading is such a fantastic thing. It's like getting a one-on-one tutoring session with some of the greatest minds in all of history.
Yeah.
And then my only other hobby that I ever even sometimes have time for is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I love that as well.
Ah, okay. So it's business-wise, the focus is Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Cash only?
Well, I hold a diverse portfolio, but I'm the heaviest in Bitcoin Cash.
But you're the
because I
one
think
who's
it's,
building it. You're the one at the front who's making it
I'm one of the
happen.
many. I'm
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
many.
Right.
Because it's a big, giant ecosystem that's growing with people all over the world starting to use this.
And when does it get to a point when you go,
So here's
"We've
an example
won"?
of this. So
Shoot.
I think you said you were in Melbourne, maybe? Is that right? Or
I
did
have
get it wrong?
been.
You
I've
have
been all over the place.
So if you're in Melbourne, there's a company called Live and Pay.
Okay.
And they're going to be rolling out Bitcoin Cash as payment at thousands of restaurants across Melbourne. And so Bitcoin.com is proud to have partnered with Live and Pay in Australia.
There you go,
So check that
Melbourne.
out. Yeah.
You finally got something better than Sydney. Well done.
It might have been Sydney too. I'm not Australian, and I might.
That's
have gotten
all right.
confused.
We'll work that out
Live
later.
and Pay, check it out.
Live and Pay, there you go. So, all right, fair enough. There's a lot going on at Bitcoin Cash. You're traveling around the world, you're doing your thing. Is it really just Bitcoin Cash that you're focused on? And if it's to be the case, if that's the end goal, when do you know you've won? You're working, you're putting all these hours and you're punching it out, hitting the clock. When do you win? What's the final solution for you?
So right now, this is one of the best phones around, right? But I hope something even better comes along so then I can upgrade to that. Right now, I think Bitcoin Cash is the best cryptocurrency, but I hope something even better comes along so I can upgrade to that. So that's why I'm busy working on Bitcoin Cash today. I was working on Bitcoin previously. Maybe tomorrow I'll be working on something even better than Bitcoin Cash. So I'm a fan of anything that works, and Bitcoin Cash works the best today.
A
It might not
very
tomorrow.
open-minded man, somebody who's been doing a lot in the space for a very, very long time. Roger Ver, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for your time, mate, and we'll speak again soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day.
Like,
Bye for now.
subscribe, and share this video with a friend.
There you go. Yeah, where do we find more about you? Talk to the camera.
And visit Bitcoin.com to get free Bitcoin Cash at free.bitcoin.com. Get your free wallet, give it a try, it's amazing. And you can buy or sell Bitcoin Cash with anyone, anywhere in the world at local.bitcoin.com, including Australia. It's one of our biggest markets.
Bingo. Pleasure. Thank you so
you so
much.
much.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic day. Bye for now. This time for real.
The TraderCobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.